But
Mm-hmm.
now, because they're taking that JUCO route away, those 2 years that you did at JUCO don't count towards those 5 years that you get. So now players can literally play college football 2 years JUCO, 4 years in FCS, FBS, whatever it is that you're playing in. So that's going to have ramifications as well. Then we have to look at, are the players going to be considered as employees? Are they going to sign contracts? Then we have to look at, okay, how is it going to be fair? Are teams going to have salary caps? Because if you have a salary cap, that's fine. But I promise you, a team like SMU can't spend the same money like a team like Texas can, even though they're in the same state. So those are things that we're going to have to look at moving forward. It's a lot of moving parts, and it's really confusing. At the end
But
of the day,
shit,
as long as the play on the field stays good, the other stuff I can deal with. Once the
It
play on the
can't
field
stay
is
good.
messed up, I'm gonna be pissed off.
You remember the stuff that we were talking about camaraderie, learning that your guys spending 4 years or 3 years with your guys,
People
all of
taught me
that
that
stuff
no
goes
matter.
out the window.
But that's legacy talk. We can't do that no more, Harry. We in a new era of college football.
Exactly. But I've been
People
trying to
people
tell y'all this for so long, and y'all were like, no, y'all was so strong, gung ho
no,
about.
I wasn't saying no. I was saying I don't like it. I don't want that. I like people taking pride in the school that they went to. When I walk around with my Grambling hat on and my Grambling shirt on, I have pride in that. And if anybody want to talk junk to me because I got it on, we gonna do it in fun. But I know that if they got a Tuskegee shirt on or hat, they got a Southern hat or shirt on, they take pride in where they went to school. You're not gonna see that anymore. And I think sometimes when you believe in something bigger than yourself, you fight for it even harder. And I think that's what's gonna take away some of the things that make college football special. But again, as long as the field on the play is top notch, I'm still gonna watch.
So how do you get these kids to really play for the program anymore? And how do you even start? How does that even work for a coach who knows that he got a player who's trying to play for their next team? Because that's what it is ending up being. It's like you're auditioning for your next team. There's unlimited transfers now. They let that cat out the bag. There's unlimited transfers. So how do you motivate a kid to play for the program? And then when it comes down to playing certain games, you want them to dig in, and they're like, "Yo, I ain't trying to get hurt." So how do you get around that now?
Here,
hey,
I'm
let
gonna
me
say this real quick
hold
and I'm
on.
gonna shut up.
Oh, go ahead.
Dion said they coming to Colorado for Dion, not Colorado. So I don't think coaches can do that anymore. I think players are going to follow coaches, not schools, based off of Dion's words.
Go
Hey,
ahead, Tim.
I was gonna say if they bring the contract um theory to it to where these kids have to sign a contract with the school for a 2 year minimum, like I think Phil brought that up earlier. Now you can eliminate that auditioning for your next school because a lot of them are doing that. I feel like that's why certain players want to come to Colorado because now you can get that. People don't even know anything about you, but now you come to Colorado, the whole world knows about you, and if you get a chance to play, boom, you out the next season. But if you sign a 2 year contract, a lot can happen. Your first year may not look like your second year. So that gives other schools the opportunity to not only just evaluate you on 1 year, but they can evaluate you on 2 years if they want you or not, depending on productivity.
Mm-hmm. So Phil brought up this whole junior college situation, and I feel like this is interesting that we gotta talk about it. Uh, can you? Does this mean? Okay, look. Let me put this up because I feel like this is so interesting. If this is the case and this ain't gonna count against you, this is another route right here. This is suggesting you can go audition and take this route because junior college you get a bag in junior college as well now. So this is another route, and let's put this up. Let me wait a minute here. Let's see. What does it say right here? It says, with major college sports programs collectively generating billions in revenue each year, private investors are looking to get a piece of the action. But how much is a college sports program really worth? So jumping down to Ohio State University is the most valuable athletic program worth an estimated 1.32 billion. Ohio State? Wait a minute.
Now, keep in mind, this is the athletic department. So not just the football program, but all revenue generating sports.
What's in Ohio? What am I missing here?
You got to remember, some of this comes down to, this is talking about like net worth or like value. So it's the same thing where some of this.
No, of course.
It's fugazi. It's not real money. You know what I mean? So it's like, how much money can the school?
This is monopoly money?
Basically, like how much money can the school get from like media contracts? How much money does the school get from their endowment? How much money can?
Okay, hold on. Let me just read the whole thing so people can get the idea of what you're saying. Ohio State University is the most valuable athletic program worth an estimated $1.3 billion. The Buckeyes had $280 million in revenue in 2023. While I'm reading this, guys, I want you to start thinking about when conferences are going after certain schools. This is going to make a lot of sense now. All right. The most in any school. Other factors that help propel the Buckeyes to the top of the rankings are an alumni base of over 600,000, a fan base of more than 11 million, boosters that donated nearly 60 million last year. They ain't black. Black people, we don't get back. Okay, anyway, that's not here, not there. And a football team that routinely has attendance of over 100,000 at its game. It isn't surprising that the top of the list is dominated by SEC and Big Ten schools, due largely to each other's conferences or each conference's massive media rights deals. Yo. The SEC is worth $13.3 billion. No wonder there's an SEC bias. Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy right here. So you said that, okay, now you have the junior colleges are going to be wiped off their plate. No longer is that going to count against them.
Correct.
So does this look like an auditioning for some players? And I wonder what happens if you go Power 4 and you go back to junior college. Is that even a thing?
There are guys who start off at a Power 4 or Group of 5 school, go to Juco for a year and come back up. That is actually fairly common. Cam Newton is probably the most successful person that did it. He was at Florida, got into a little bit of trouble. Went down to, I think it was Lane College. Tim, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that was in Texas. Won a Juco national championship. Then went to Auburn, had his Superman year, and won a national championship, Heisman. The rest is history. So it is not uncommon for guys to drop down to come back up. And sometimes they end up going back up to a better situation. That was the original transfer portal, but you just had to work a little bit harder.